Okay, so in this level, I'm just gonna. So in this level, this actually requires a tiny bit of luck, which is a bit annoying, but there is some strategy to it. Basically, you have to get your particle into there. Stopping you is this kind of choke point, and these protons which keep spawning and flying towards you. So the trick is the problem is you've got to try and get through here without getting annihilated by the incoming particles. So what I like to do is first I'm going to spawn a proton and just try and wiggle the proton into the path of the incoming proton, and that can give me some data. Now, so you start off as an anti-up quark at the moment. As an anti-up quark, if with a change in, I can turn into a down quark. Now, or anti-down quark rather, and 3 anti-down quarks put together is something called a delta. And an anti-down quark, because they're all positive, will give you something called a delta plus. Now, the thing about the delta plus is because there are 3 anti-down quarks, what will happen is when you try and run through as a delta plus, assuming that you're not the first anti-down quark in the path of the down quark, what you can do is you can try and not match the color of the incoming down quark, which is a bit annoying because the spawning color over here doesn't necessarily match what's going to come. But once that happens and you and stuff gets annihilated, what will happen is you as a down quark will join up with your matching color up quark, and you form a pion plus, and you can just rush through while the other stuff is moving. And a pion plus is positive, so it won't. This is color neutral and won't be attracted to you, and you can just put yourself here. But there are a few problems. One of them is if you accidentally get only one or two of your quarks knocked off, and you no longer become color neutral, that's really bad because now the proton can actually split apart, and your matching anti-color particle will try and kill you. Yeah, so you can get pretty unlucky in this, but yeah, just hope for the best. So try and not stand in the path of the incoming. Oh gosh, I've turned into a proton. Okay, this is going to be a bit more difficult because now I'm a proton, and even if I did shift, I would just become a neutron rather than a delta. Now, it's also a bit difficult trying to get rid of that W- boson because you can accidentally reabsorb it. Whoops, I should get out of the way. Whoops. Okay, you can try and get rid of it out through the side. Yep, so now I'm a delta. Okay, that was really lucky. So I was relying on my color neutrality and my positive charge to keep me away from that proton. But it works. Oh wait, oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so in this level, we've got a pretty big circle. We've just got to make a strange quark. To make a strange quark, make a strange quark, we've got to take an up and a W- boson. Now the problem is, you start off as an anti-down quark, so even if you do collect 2 data units, you will, and you shift into an up quark, you make a W- boson. So you've got to get rid of that W- boson somewhere, and you've got to collect 2 more data, or preferably collect 4 data first, get rid of your W- boson, and turn into an anti-up quark, and then you sit over here and hopefully, with some good timing, stick a W+ plus boson in the path of the up quark, and that will turn into a strange quark. Now the problem is that if you're really unlucky, your W plus boson can turn this electron into a muon neutrino, and once that happens, the mechanism which is going to happen here stops working, and it gets really complicated, because what's going to happen is this proton, and over here is an antiproton going to spawn, and the electron is key to keeping the antiproton going along this curve and meeting the proton to give you data. Once the electron's gone, protons just fly everywhere, and they can kill you. So just collect that data. You can try and get another quark to... Oh, no, there it goes. And... Oh, no, please take that W. No. Okay, just collect 2. Okay, now there's going to be quarks flying everywhere. That's super annoying. Come on, up quark, take it. Yes! Okay. Okay. So in this level, you've got to collect 10 data. Now, over here you've got 2 protons, and they're being held in their cages relatively by these positrons. Now, you can accidentally so you start off as an anti-down quark as part of an anti-neutron. You can accidentally lose your other 2 quarks, but it doesn't matter too much. You just have to be careful with your color. That's all. So basically just spawn 2 protons, 2 antiprotons rather, and that will give you 6 data from all the annihilations. Now to get the final 4 data, you've got to pass through this barrier by turning into an anti-up quark, which is negative, and then so that will release a W. So an anti-down quark will turn into an anti-up plus a W plus, and then you pass through the barrier, and then you use your W minus to turn the positron into an anti-muon neutrino, and then you collect the final 4 data. Just be careful not to get annihilated. Whoops, I just lost my other 2 particles, but that doesn't matter. You just have to be careful that you don't turn green, because that matches the color of the down quark, which would kill you. Notice there that even though the down quarks and up quarks didn't match color, when they can still annihilate, and when that happens, they actually change color. So something called color conservation, so they don't start repelling each other for no apparent reason. Yeah, so just because you don't match the color of the other your particle doesn't mean you're absolutely safe if there are other particles around. That's your final 4 data. Okay, so in this level, you actually have to collect 16 data without any annihilations. Now, remember that there's only 2 other sources of data apart from annihilations. One of them is a lepton plus a W boson forming a neutrino or neutrino family, or W bosons decaying, one of those 2 things. So basically in this level, what you have to do is you have to, as an anti-down quark, firstly you can turn into an anti-up and a W plus. W plus plus electron turns into muon neutrino. And generally what I like to do is spawn a, what is this? Minimize that. Spawn an antiproton, and that will neutralize the loss of 1 minus charge over here, so I can still run around without being attracted to this side. And then I run over to this, collect the data, run back over to this side, use my W minus boson to turn the positron into an anti-muon neutrino, and then repeat it a few times. And then spawn a proton, so I'm not to counterbalance the loss of the positive charge. Whoops, I should actually annihilate that first, or convert that first. Collect the data. So I need data to... Oh, I've got enough anyway. Okay. Be careful. No, I think I should be okay because there's a white barrier blocking me. And just repeat. Whoops. Okay. If you accidentally capture, just force expel it and force decay it. Oh, went up there. And that should give you back your boson. Oh, I'm short 2 data, so I just do it again. You've got a bit of leeway because... Whoops, okay. Whoops, okay. Let's try that again, and... okay. Or I can just let the boson decay, and that should be fine. Oh, I got it. Why? Just get the last data. Okay, there it is.